All right, thank you very much and welcome back to our very great audience. It's really been interesting to have you. And I'm quick to say good afternoon. It really shows how far the day is already moving. And we are certain that at the end of the event, you'd have so much more to be able to say you've taken out of this event. Joining me right immediately on is a very interesting personality, Bamidele or Lekan. I read his profile just some moments ago, and while reading, sincerely, I must be quick to say it, I had to cut short the profile because I forget how young the face looks, and he has actually achieved a lot, and there's so much to say in reading that profile. So just to hear and know more about Bamidele Olamilekon within this short period before we move into the next session. Bamidele, over to you. Can you kindly just tell us more, a little bit more about you and maybe some other aspects you've done in relation to tax?
Yes. Okay. Primarily, I just like the profile said, I went to Fabiola University, finished in 2015, got called to Nigerian Bar 2016, and started a law firm in 2019. Right. And one thing I've come to realize, with the entire Tax Inspire conference is it sort of, it opens up, various opportunities that I probably have been, overlooking to an extent. And I think when I was called upon, to be at this particular conference, what I did immediately was I started, because for me, for one, I always ensure that for all the companies that I run, we never fail with remitting taxes, which is what I think Tax House has been able to help us achieve. You understand? And I started speaking to a couple of my clients because most people don't see the need, or the essence of the importance of actually remitting taxes. And I think this is simply because they have that idealistic point of view of why am I remitting taxes? I mean, these taxes are going to the pocket of political public office holders, right? And these are I feel like they are myths that needs to be broken down, to sort of demystify all of all these assumptions as to why people don't necessarily remit their taxes. And I think the tax house and Delix Legan, those that have brought about this program together, they've been able to sufficiently do that, over the years. So I, for one, for one of the convener of this particular Tax Inspire conference, which is Gideon Moshebi, is being very helpful when it comes to ensuring that personally I get my clients to remit their taxes. It's more or less a civil right, which I think we should bring up more conversations about that to people, so that they understand, not just for lawyers now, not just for those that want to work in tax offices, for the normal business owner, for the normal entrepreneur that is on the street. Now, my law firm focuses majorly on startups, and most of these startups they don't consider tax as one of the important things for them to even invest in, when it comes to, what do we do for the year? We want to set up, what are the things that we have to do, even from the point of incorporation. They don't consider the type of business they should register, because that's what will affect the kind of tax that you pay eventually. So when we have more conversations like this, going on in this sort of conference, I feel like it opens, much more room for conversations for even those that are not lawyers, for those that are not in the tax, for those that are not, already in the tax system. It sorts of brings like a bright bulb idea moment for people that are looking to set up businesses, people that are already in businesses that have not seen the reason or the purpose, of paying taxes. So I mean, that's pretty much my one set when it comes to this particular conversation of taxes. And also, thank you so much for those that have started this conference. It's a conversation that should go on constantly, almost every time, because people need to keep hearing it. Tax is probably one of the most let me say, the most feared, the most feared topic when it comes to most people, because when they hear tax, they just hear paying money for nothing. So when they hear tax, different things come to mind. They don't see it as an obligation. They just see it as a way of people trying to supposedly just take off money from them. So when we have conversations like this, it sorts of changes narratives, and it also opens people up to engaging in remitting taxes and also knowing more about taxes. So yes, pretty much.
Yeah, I think I'm really glad about the way your response went, the trajectory of your response. It's actually very clear, and it helps me to have more clarity on other areas that you actually get to answer for us. First of all, I understand from your profile that you have certain interest in entertainment law. And
Yes, I.
now you're making us know that you actually also pay your tax for all the
Oh, yes, I.
companies
Yes,
that
I do.
you actually have business with. It's quite interesting because that brings us to one very big question on how much the entertainment industry generally is being taxed. Are they really taxed? If they are, do they really get to pay these taxes? Are there exemptions for the entertainment industry? And these are questions that gets to run through my mind, and I'm sure you are in a perfect position as a compliance person to actually respond to this question.
Yes. Okay. So ordinarily, I mean, no one is above being taxed. That's the foundation for me, regardless of the industry that you're in. You understand? There are different tax guidelines that's of or the acts as frameworks, for different sectors that you're in. Now, for an entertainment lawyer like me, a lot of my clients, actually get letters from FIRS. I think sometimes last year, a client of mine, which is Lekan, I want the people in Nigeria show, I think when it was conferred with a political position, and also given some cash by the governor of the state, which is the Ogun State governor. I think a week after, we got a mail from the FIRS, saying, oh, it would be nice, to pay this tax. This is like the second time I've seen it happen. I think it also happened in 2018 or 2017 when we had the show for the video, when he said he made, I think, $1 billion from the show. The next thing so was like FIRS reminding that, oh, it'd be nice for you to remit your taxes. So yes, people in the entertainment sector are not excluded from remitting taxes, simply because this is you earn in this particular field, and you also render services, professional or however you want to categorize it. You earn from it and provide services to people. So it's only right that you also remit taxes. And now the type of tax that they pay, I think, is not dependent on the on the side of the scale that they are on. So most times whenever people try to engage most of my clients, I advise them to put the 7.5% VAT charge, because at the end of the entire, fiscal year, I want to ensure that you're able to say, even for the barest minimum, I'm able to remit, this particular amount of money as tax, and then that's why we have tax professionals like yourself, GD and the rest, to also guide these people, on ways in which they would, properly remit their taxes. So I think, I'm not sure if that sufficiently answers the questions I asked.
Definitely,
One thing I know is that's the fact
it
that
does.
entertainment personals, pay their taxes, and they're able to pay their taxes, and ensure that they remit. Now, I don't know what the what the punishment, penalty is, for those that are not able to remit. I feel there's also another system that, the government should look into, to ensure that there is proper compliance, So it's more of words and actions, not just, a lot of words, and then less actions for people who don't comply. So that's pretty much.
Thank you